There is a person you have met at some point in your life who walked into a room and something shifted. Nobody announced them. They did not demand attention. They did not say anything particularly impressive or clever. But every head turned, every conversation paused for just a moment, and without a single word, without a single deliberate action, they commanded the kind of respect that most people spend their entire lives chasing and never quite reaching. You probably wondered what that was. You probably told yourself it was confidence or looks or status, but it was none of those things. Or rather, it was something underneath all of those things, something quieter and more fundamental. And once you understand what it actually is, you will never see human interaction the same way again. The first thing you need to understand is that respect is not given. It is not earned through titles or achievements or the right words at the right moment. Real respect, the deep involuntary kind that people feel before they have even consciously decided to feel it, is transmitted. It moves from one nervous system to another through signals so subtle that most people are completely unaware they are sending or receiving them. Your body is communicating constantly. The question is what it is saying. The most powerful signal you can send is stillness. Not the frozen stillness of someone who is uncomfortable and trying to hide it, but the genuine settled stillness of someone who is completely at home inside themselves. Most people are in a constant state of low-level agitation, fidgeting, filling silence, laughing too quickly, explaining themselves before anyone has questioned them. These are all signals that the nervous system is on alert, scanning for threat, seeking approval, managing perception. And other people read these signals instantly, even when they cannot name what they are reading. They feel it. And what they feel is someone who needs something from them. And need, no matter how well disguised, always diminishes respect. The person who commands respect without words is the person whose nervous system is quiet, who can sit in silence without rushing to fill it, who can hold eye contact without it becoming a contest, who can pause before responding without the pause feeling like weakness. This quality has a name in psychology. It is called self-regulation, and it is one of the rarest and most powerful things a human being can develop. The second signal is economy of movement and expression. Watch the people in any room who carry the most natural authority. They do not gesture wildly. They do not over-explain. They do not perform emotions for the benefit of others. Their movements are deliberate and minimal. When they reach for something, they reach. When they speak, they say what needs to be said, and then they stop. This economy of expression communicates something profound at the subconscious level. It says, I am not trying to convince you of anything. I am not managing your perception of me. I simply am. And that quality, that absolute absence of performance, is magnetically compelling to every human nervous system in the room. The third signal is where your attention goes. Most people's attention is scattered and reactive. They check their phone when they feel uncomfortable. They look around the room when someone is talking to them. They laugh at things that are not funny because they are monitoring social reactions rather than actually present in the moment. But the person who commands respect gives their attention completely and deliberately. When they look at you, they actually look at you. When they listen, they actually listen. Full presence is so rare in the modern world that when someone offers it genuinely, it feels almost shocking. And it creates an immediate and powerful sense of being valued, of being seen. And the person who makes you feel truly seen is the person you will instinctively and deeply respect. The fourth signal is your relationship with approval. This is perhaps the most important one. There is a quality that the most respected people in any room share, and it is this: they are not seeking your approval, not aggressively or performatively, not in the way of someone who pretends not to care while obviously caring enormously, but genuinely. Their sense of who they are does not fluctuate based on whether you smile at them, or ignore them, or challenge them. They are the same person regardless of your reaction. And this is deeply unusual, because most people, even people who appear confident, are constantly and subtly calibrating themselves to the responses of others, adjusting, softening, performing. And when you encounter someone who is simply not doing that, who is standing in the room as a fixed and settled point, regardless of what the social weather is doing around them, you feel it immediately, and what you feel is respect. The fifth signal is how you handle discomfort. Conflict arises. Tension enters a room. Someone challenges you or dismisses you, or tries to provoke a reaction. And the most common response is either to shrink or to escalate, to become smaller or to become louder. Both of these responses betray the same underlying anxiety, the need to resolve discomfort as quickly as possible. But the person who commands deep respect does neither. They stay exactly where they are. They meet the moment without flinching and without swelling. They absorb the discomfort with the same quiet steadiness they bring to everything else. And this ability to remain regulated inside an uncomfortable moment is one of the most powerful things another person can witness. It does not just earn respect, it creates a kind of awe. None of this requires you to be cold or distant or performance. The most respected people are often deeply warm, genuinely interested in others, capable of real humor and real emotion. But their warmth comes from a place of fullness, not from a place of need. They give their presence as a gift, not as a transaction. They are kind because they choose to be, not because they are seeking something in return. And here's the thing that makes all of this possible. Everything described in this video, the stillness, the economy, the presence, the independence from approval, the regulation under pressure, none of it is a technique. None of it is something you can put on like a mask. It is the natural outward expression of one thing: knowing who you are, being genuinely, completely, uncomplicatedly at home, inside yourself. That is the source. That is the thing that transmits before you open your mouth, before you take a single step into the room. And developing that is the work, the quiet, unglamorous, deeply rewarding work of becoming so settled in yourself that the respect of others becomes something you notice but no longer need. And paradoxically, inevitably, that is the exact moment when it arrives. If this video said something that landed for you, leave a comment below. Subscribe for more psychology that goes deeper than the surface. I will see you in the next one.